ninjas, what's going on? You know what today is, right? It's a Whack-A Granny Wednesday because we're just knocking out these granny yards, which is what I've been doing all day long. Solo, of course. This is number 17, ninjas. I actually got a couple more. But if you look at the time, I'm not gonna have time. I'm just gonna have enough daylight to finish this yard. So I'll have to catch up a little bit more tomorrow. So I am like, well, I kind of still am. Well, no, not really. I'm like a day behind. Well, I was. Well, not really. Well, kind of. Well, anyway, because we didn't work Monday, right? It was raining. And then Tuesday, I only did a little bit on Tuesday because it was really, really wet. And I had to wait to get a late start. So that's one of the reasons I didn't have a video yesterday. And I was gonna start earlier with the video even today. And then at one point I was like, I'm not even gonna have a video today. But then I was like, well, I really need to have a video today. But then I was like, well, it's kind of late. But then I was like, anyway, the point is I want to dedicate this video to one topic and one topic only. And I will finish the video with some of the mowing and then we'll just finish it there. And I'll see you guys, I'll see you ninjas tomorrow. But I want to talk about changing prices. Now, a lot of you who've been with me for a while, you know I change prices every 2 to 3 years, roughly, give or take. And that's just something that I've always done, but I only do it to the yards where I feel like it's needed. And also the yards, well, I really do it across board. But some yards, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, some yards I do leave alone because if I feel like that those yards are still pretty good with the price. Like for example, there's some yards that I charge, you know, $85, $90, and I just feel okay with them. So I may give them an extra year, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna change my price on them. It just means that I'm just gonna give them an extra year or so. Besides the point, I do change my prices every 2 to 3 years. You have to, ninjas. Otherwise, you will always be stuck in that level of income where you are, and you're gonna be just fighting to get more yards, more yards, more yards. I've learned from this years ago, even before I started YouTube. And so what I do is every 2 to 3 years, I'll go across the board and I'll just say, hey, I'm raising it for $5. I'm raising it for $5. So a lot of you ninjas, like I said earlier, who are with me now for a while, you know that about 2 years ago, give or take, I actually recorded myself, which I may do it again tomorrow or next day or maybe next week. I don't know. But you know that I have recorded myself talking to customers where I'm raising prices. Now, some customers have a little bit of an issue with it. They ask why and so forth. Others, not so much. They don't care. They say, hey, totally understandable. You've been at the same price for the last 2-3 years. Not a big deal. So I really wanted to just dedicate this video to talk to you ninjas and to tell you, make sure you are raising your prices. Make sure, don't be scared. You know what you're worth, especially when you have clients that you've had for 5, 10, 15 years, right? And they know you're consistent, you're reliable, you're dependable, you've got equipment always that is top-notch, so to say, you know, never any issues. You're not having to call them and say, I can't finish this job, I'm sorry, my equipment's down. And they also know you're not a weekend warrior where you're like, well, I'm sorry, you know, this weekend I have to work. I won't be able to get through your yard till next weekend. That's not happening. So they know that. That means they take you serious. They know you're a business owner. This is your livelihood, and this is how you're making money, ninjas. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Now, I'm not saying when you're starting out, you need to try to land as many jobs as you can and try to quote them accordingly. Of course, don't undercut yourself. But as you keep those customers for the next year or 2 or so or 3, don't be afraid to go up to them, call them. I would prefer you call them. I would recommend that you call them or see them in person instead of through a text, because through a text, anytime you're dealing with numbers and money, it can come off really wrong. And it's just, you know how texting goes. A lot of things can just be taken the wrong way. So always call them or see them in person and say, hey, Mrs. Smith, you know, we've been at 35, 40, 45, 50, whatever it is. It's just an example, you know, for a lot of years now, for several years. And, you know, I'm going, and always make sure you tell them, ninjas, I'm going across the board with everybody. So that way they don't feel like they're being isolated. They don't feel like that they're being attacked. They don't feel like that they're being particularly the only one. You know what I'm saying? Just Always use that word. Say, I'm going across the board with everybody, because you are, and you should be. I'm not saying for you just to say that, I'm saying for you to say that because you should be doing that. And just tell them, hey, you know, I'm going across the board, and everybody's getting a $5 raise. I mean, that's just what it is. You know, I've been at $50, $60, $100, $40, 25. I would hope not. 35, 40, whatever, for the last 2-3 years. If they're really good, loyal customers and dedicated to you as you are to them, there should be no problems. Okay, none whatsoever, and they will understand. Now, they may question a little bit and just be like, so the most common thing I would say I had with customers who kind of questioned anything would be, people walking, is I hope this is not a trend. I hope this is not a trend. Well, it is kind of a trend, but not a trend like where it's going to be every year, but at least every 2 to 3 years. So that would be like the most common one I would have. Now, I hate to say this. I'm just going to be honest with you because that's just what I've experienced, okay? I'm not saying anything about anybody. But some of the homes that are up in price, some nice, fancy, expensive homes, those are the ones that had the most questions. Those are the ones that had the most concerns. The homes that are just your average homes, so to say. And again, I'm not trying to get into this whole, what is an average home, right? What is, but you can tell when you have some really nice expensive homes and when you have some just normal homes that are a little bit older or whatever. Those customers don't have a problem. Now, isn't that funny, ninjas? Isn't that funny? You would think it'd be the other way around. But I guess that's just how it is. And I'm telling you this from experience because I have experienced that. But I got to get going. I'm losing daylight. As you can see, that sun is almost where that mountain is. And once it goes down, it's down. And I don't know how much footage you'll be able to get. I'll probably only be able to record the front. Yeah, man, that sun is down. I'll be able to record the front a little bit. Probably not going to fool with the camera in the back. I hope that's helped you and kind of brought awareness and reminded you. Make sure you're charging your prices accordingly, and make sure you're raising your prices every couple of years. Guys, I'm not gonna be here sitting 10 years from now charging the same freaking price that I charged the very first year that I started 20 years ago. 10 years ago. I'm not. Are you? How the heck are you gonna be able to upgrade all your equipment? How the heck are you gonna be able to buy new equipment? How the heck are you gonna be, cost of living is going up, prices, gas, all these things. You can't. And look, everything is going up when you look around. Our cell phone bills are going up, our insurance, right, for your business or your truck or cars, whatever, or your insurance on your home. Heck, even your mortgage is going up slowly. Why? Because taxes are going up. Everything goes up. Does it go up every year? No, but it goes up every couple of years. So why shouldn't be the lawn care guy going up every couple of years? You got to balance it out. You can't stay at that $50 or $40 or $35 yard for 10 years when everything else, cost of living is going up, everything is going up on you. See, that sun, man, I'm telling you, that sun is about halfway down now. And what? You're still gonna be cutting the yards for the same price? I don't think so. So, hope that's helped you. I hope you've had a great Whack-A-Granny Wednesday, and stay tuned. Tomorrow will be a little bit of a better video as far as action-wise, you know, because it's Thirsty Thursday, you know, we thirsty for these yards. Yeah. Look at this, ninjas, 2 weeks. I didn't cut it last week because the back gate was locked. And in 2 weeks, look at that. Crazy, huh? A little bit of rain and whoosh. you.